Do you ever just want to crawl under your desk, curl up into a small ball, and maybe stay there for a few hours? Listen, I have 100% been there. When everyone is pulling you in a million directions and you are just totally overwhelmed. Well, stick with me because today we're going to talk through how to take your time back and make time for the things that you love. We'll raise a glass and think tank how to bring more profit, more creative freedom, and more joy to your interior design business. I'm Sandra Funk, and this is Design Sips. Cheers.
Cheers, Sandra.
Cheers. So good when it hits your lips.
So I love this topic. It's something we hear all the time from designers of overwhelm, overwhelm, overwhelm. So we asked designers to submit their questions. Rowan asks, how do I make time to improve my business when my calendar is already so jam-packed?
Yes. So we get ourselves into that place of like survival, which we know is a lower emotion. It's a lower vibration, and it doesn't give us into that like flow state of like time stands still and we start getting so much done. So you have to focus on getting yourself out of those lower emotions of overwhelm, fear, and move towards creative freedom, joy, right? That's when we get into flow and when abundance naturally flows our way. So, okay, besides all the energy stuff, let's talk real tips to get there. Number one, you have to make time to improve the structure of your business to walk away from overwhelm and into abundance. By doing that, you change everything. So let's talk it through. Does that mean you look out into your calendar to when there isn't like every single moment is crammed and you block time? I love this concept because my calendar can get super filled super fast. And I have a family, so it's not like I can just work until 3 a.m. and not be up for the 6 a.m. get everyone off to school program, right? So what you can do is when you look further out into your calendar, you book it like it's a vacation, right? Like you're actually going to turn off your phone, not work for 1 week, 1 day, 1 hour. I don't care how much time you block it on your calendar. If you need to go out 3 months, do so. And then do not waver on giving back that time to someone else who needs it. There will be fires. There will be things going on. Until you get your business under control, systematized, organized, and clarified, it will continue to feel completely overwhelming. But knowing that that all goes away once you get systematized, right? Go on your calendar, go as far as you need to, an hour a day, 1 day a week, a full week, whatever it looks like for you, block that time and then protect it, because that is how your business is going to grow. That is how you are going to evolve out of these lower emotions and into these higher states of energy.
It's great advice. Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Just a reminder to our designers to go ahead and hit the subscribe button.
Yes, if you're here and it's working for you, subscribe so you never forget us.
So Ashley says, I swear I'm not complaining. My pipeline is so full, but every single project is tiny and seems to take up more time than they're worth. I know you have a solution.
Okay, so managing each client relationship is a huge part of what takes so much time in our business. When you really think about it, I hate to even say this because I love my clients, but if the clients would just leave you alone and let you design, this whole thing would go much faster. So the truth is, when you have fewer, larger projects, you're able to focus better on making sure that you manage that relationship beautifully because you're only focused on a handful of projects instead of 15 projects, right? Also, all that administrative time, all that time of signing that client, setting up that client, managing every week, giving them status updates, every week when you're in the construction phase, being on job sites, all of that decreases, right? And so you have more time for design and you inevitably have more profitability because you're spending less time in the management phase of the design project. So what I can tell you, the solution to this is number one, get systematized so that you are rocking through those projects that you do have in an efficient manner as much as humanly possible. Number two, systematize your communication and all of your interactions with them. Once a week, you send an email with all status updates, what happened this week, what's happening next week. Do that. Pick a day Do that every single week, come hell or high water, and your clients will stop bothering you because they will know that they're going to hear from you consistently. They will trust that that's going to happen. Number 3, when you meet with potential clients, start really being picky. Only take on those great, big, beautiful projects that really light up your soul and really make you completely like, I have to work with them. Do not take on every little bit that comes in. Leave room for the great stuff, right? Good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Definitely.
Cheers to that.
Yes, leaving room for your ideal clients for sure. So we have designers reach out saying how overwhelming managing the team alone can be. Do you want to talk through your process of clarifying, delegating, and how that could kind of help with overwhelm?
Yes, absolutely. So my mantra ever since I brought on my first employee was clarify what I need them to do and delegate it off of my plate, right? It is so important when you're trying to scale, grow, or get out of overwhelm, which you're in overwhelm because either your systems aren't great or you have more work than you can handle with your current team. So once your systems are great and you're still in overwhelm, awesome. Congratulations. It's time to bring on more help, right? So when we talk about clarifying and delegating, what we're talking about is giving enough information and clarity on what exactly needs to happen so that you aren't hand-holding or micromanaging, because that's not fun for anyone, and also that's not profitable. That's just someone else doing the work while you watch them, so now you're both spending that time. That's actually the opposite of more profitable or more efficient, right? So in our systems, any task that happens more than twice gets templated, so that every email is templated, every process is templated, everyone on my team knows exactly what they need to do next, who's gonna do it, when they're gonna do it, and then inside of that, how they're going to do it. So I'm not spending my time micromanaging anyone or spending a lot of time in meetings talking about what are we gonna do next, right? What are the next steps? I don't spend any time doing that. I spend time talking about the design vision, maybe a potential client, and then I take time reviewing work product that comes back to me. So I set the vision, they do the legwork, work product comes back in, and I'm reviewing, revising, refining, and sending it back out, right? Until it's perfect, and then it's time to go to the client. Doesn't that sound like an amazing way to clarify and delegate your way into better projects, more room for an actual life, joy, and of course, when you get efficient like this, and you get that design so refined because you're not exhausted or overwhelmed, you are more profitable. You have more creative freedom. You have more time to do excellent design. Cheers to that.
Cheers. I think that's where a lot of designers would love to be. So Leah says, I'm really interested in enrolling in the standard, but I can't seem to wrap my head around the actual implementation. Do you have any suggestions?
Sure. So when it comes to this big level up in your business where you're going to take a program and you really need to set aside time to implement, we're going to use that same strategy. Lean out into your calendar, block time, and then absolutely fiercely maintain those blocks. Do not let them go, even if there's hair on fire, right? There's nothing better than getting your business leveled up. For the rest of your career, this will have an impact on your bottom line, on your joy, on your ability to have a life with your family while running a business. There's nothing more important than you investing in your business and making it better. So block that time and protect it fiercely. And then once you are getting into implementation, you want to get into a great rhythm. You want to, if it's wake up 1 hour earlier because that's the only way you're going to get time and it's going to make your business more profitable and more joyful, do it. If it's a retreat, we've had designers book a hotel room, take their key teammates, go on a retreat and spend 8 hours a day in the conference room implementing the standard. Awesome. They are back. They are ready to roll. They roll out to the rest of the team and everybody knows exactly what they're doing. That's a great, fun way to do it as well. Again, it could be an hour once a week that you wake up early. It could be a little retreat that you do. It could be that you assign and delegate the implementation of it. There are freelancers out there who have been hired to help implement the standard before. They'll be hired to implement again. There is also a ton of people who have hired or who have given the standard implementation to maybe their most tech savvy person on staff or their most systematic person on staff, and it becomes their project on their list, right? And they have to work it into their workflow to start to implement as they go through. It's really looking at do I have a team member who has the capacity? Do I have the capacity? Can I lean out in my calendar and find capacity? Do I need to hire someone to come in freelance and implement this on my behalf? There are a million ways to do this, even if you are super overwhelmed and can't imagine spending time working on the business because you're so busy in the business. But we all know if you keep working on the business and never step back and improve the structure of business, then you will stay exactly where you are. You will never get out of overwhelm. You will always be just working to the bone. You will always be in a similar profitability because you aren't going to be taking that level up, that catapult forward in the structure of your business and in the ability to clarify and delegate, or the ability to have systems in place that make everything move faster and more clear and let you truly sleep, put your head down on the pillow and sleep through the night without worry of, did I forget and what do I need to do next and all those things. Yes? Mm-hmm. Make time. Make time. Mm-hmm. Overwhelm can feel that much heavier when you're working with clients that don't adore and appreciate you. Check out my next video on how to work with only those adoring fans.